First is that our number one goal in this space is to deliver for our community. Now, that's hard to do in this space sometimes, right? So we understand that. So we're doing this together because we want to give value to every single member of our community. Okay? We believe that working together, we can change the world. I'm totally going off script right now. This is great. We believe that we can change the world, and that's something that happens, and it begins with all of you.
Hey guys, Nick here with another episode of 9 to 5 Crypto, and we just heard from Jason, the Bitbender himself, about Gala Games, what it means to be a Gala game, what the whole point of this is, and hint, hint, it's me and you and the developers and the artists and the people contributing and participating in the ecosystem of gaming and music and film. Yeah, so Gala Games isn't just Gala Games anymore. It's Gala Games, Gala Music, Gala Film, and I think it's kind of centered around the title, so to speak, of Gala Media. Well, guys, if you enjoy blockchain games and crypto news and deep dives into projects and things of that sort, technology in general, please consider sticking around and let's get rolling. All right, for our number one announcement out of Galaverse Day 1 2022, it is not about the staged or non-staged fight that could have been an old Western shootout, which I'll play for you now. Instead, it was actually about Gala Games' game called Grit, and it's debuting on the Epic Game Store. That's pretty epic if you ask me. Now, I don't want to get into is Epic Game Store better or worse than Steam. I understand that they had some security issues, and there's a plethora of other complaints that I think some of those were valid if you were a Steam goer, but you know, hey, competition in the space I think is probably a good thing, and the fact that now we have a blockchain game making its way mainstream onto a big platform, that's a huge thing, right? Because we're talking about accessibility to blockchain games, and that's the theme here, is that this, as there's more adoption with Web3 blockchain, play to earn mechanic games, we're going to see more accessibility in these things. The user interfaces of things are going to improve. You have to go through a MetaMask and setting that up with your grandma. That's a very difficult thing. Well, that needs to increase. The accessibility needs to get easier over time, right? So the masses can fully adopt it and engage with it. Now, if you're a nerd like me, you might already be in on blockchain technology, and you might be here for that very reason. But the fact that we have a blockchain video game making it to Epic Game Store is no short of phenomenal. It's a huge step in the right direction. But what is Grit? Well, you might be getting some Red Dead 2 vibes. Well, I don't want to get you too hyped up there because you might not like the type of game it is. Grit is a battle royale. Yes, I roll. We have enough battle royales, but battle royales are very popular and they can be fun for some time. Grit, a battle royale title set in the Wild West being built by Team Grit, is the first of a series of Gala Games titles that could hit the Epic Game Store. And it didn't just could potentially hit, it did hit the Epic Game Store. When you make your way over to Epic Game Store, you have to download the Epic Games launcher. I think maybe they have a browser format of it, but I downloaded the launcher. You come in here and you can see one title that I was playing over here, Layers of Fear. And if you want to take a peek at some of the other games I had on here, yes, I had Fortnite, some Galactic Nation, some random things I wanted to try. I think some of these are free. I am a Mech Warrior 5. I'm a Mech Warrior nerd. I loved Mech Assault games growing up. I loved the Mech Warrior games growing up as well. But I digress. We're not here talking about that. If you make your way to the store, you type in Grit. You can see what you may find, and voila, we have Grit in front of us. My computer will load. And we have even a trailer. So let's check out the trailer.
There are two kinds of fighters. Those with grit, and those others. A Wild West Royale. The fastest guns in the West. Battle to the death. So grab your guns. Ride like the devil's chasing you. Keep your hat on. And kill 'em dead.
So guys, that is Grit on the Epic Games Store, and I gotta say, I mean, that is a huge thing. Again, we talk about accessibility. Now, you might look at this game and say, well, it's not really for me, or all the graphics, or, you know, something doesn't look as great as you may think. And that might be true, but this could be an early stage game. I think it still fairly is, probably more along the beta route right now. But either way, guys, blockchain games coming to Epic Games Store. Let's talk game theory in business. Businesses will compete naturally. And if this takes off like blockchain technology has, I think it's a safe assumption that you could see more blockchain titles coming to Epic Games Store, and thus maybe eventually Steam games. You know, Steam itself might take a less anti-crypto or blockchain game approach. Now, we could get in the whole discussion about, is blockchain gaming good? Should every game be a blockchain game? Maybe not. But if it's just adding a layer of value onto your games, that your games then become more valuable, like the time spent playing a game, that could be a cool thing. But that's where you have to kind of like decide, are you really into blockchain gaming or not? You might be, you might not be. You might be someone that just really appreciates simplicity in your video games and just there for just the fun, just the engagement of the game, the mechanic of the game, right? Not play to earn mechanics added on top of that. But hey, I'm assuming you're probably here for some blockchain games. If you're into crypto, if you're into games, I think these two are going to kind of mesh together. I think there's a nice, you know, meeting point in the middle. And yeah, you might be kind of torn. Are blockchain games a good thing? Or are you just an old school gamer like myself? I am an old school gamer. Like, you know, I've been playing video games for almost 25 years, not to date myself, since I was a little boy. And, you know, I think I can find an appreciation for it. I think there's a huge value opportunity for not just enjoying your games. If you could enjoy your games, go through, you know, really fun multiplayer games with your friends, build your communities up, you know, have that Rust mentality that may be less toxic, but if you can build and spend that time in there and then actually get value outside of that and turn that into paying your bills or whatever, even just on a smaller scale, like paying the utility bill, doing something you really love and enjoy, I think that's really cool, right? Owning your own assets in a game, part of a gaming ecosystem, is really cool and important. Now, if a game ever tanked or something, that's a whole nother discussion as well. But guys, we'll save that for another video. Wink, wink. And back to the article, talking more about what Grit is. We're talking about Epic Games and how they're being that first mover in this blockchain space, being, you know, mainstream gaming platform to take on a blockchain game into the store. Epic is a pioneer and visionary in the video game industry. Gala Games titles being available on the Epic Games Store brings legitimacy to this new genre of gaming, said John Oswald, president of games at Gala Games, in a statement. Easy access to Web3 games is a turning point for those players who have not yet seen how digital ownership can enrich the gaming experience. Exactly what I was saying, guys. We're talking about, you know, accessibility to consumers, this being on a major game platform where people can download all sorts of different games. That's increasing this, you know, overall accessibility. You don't have to download a, you know, another third-party service to then download and access a game. You can go to one of your major stores that you might already be playing Fortnite or whatever on. That's really cool, right? The accessibility, just lower the entry to accessibility from a business standpoint. More consumers in on playing your game. Further, hey, digital ownership. Again, can you turn that, you know, horse that you own, that's a rare breed, can you sell that to another player in a game that might be faster than other horses or whatnot? And could you then turn that into paying a utility bill? Could that even buy yourself a car that you might need for your day-to-day job? You know, the possibilities are kind of endless, guys. And that's, I think, an exciting part that we have to, you know, realize, you know, as long as it's not hindering from the enjoyment experience of the actual in-game mechanics, and it's a layer over that just literally creates, you know, value, like financial value on top of your game. That's pretty cool. It's no longer just play to you know, pay to win, it's play to earn. And I think that's a better mechanic than play to win. You know, don't spend excess amount of money, etc., to just play to win. Now you can actually grind, and your grinding is showing financial value. It's showing like value on top of just enjoying what you're doing, which is really, really cool. Grit is built on the Unreal Engine with realistic physics. So yeah, so if you looked at a couple of screenshots, a little bit of the video is a little choppy. I can't find a lot of video that's playing very smoothly right now. But if you look at some of the screenshots, it actually does look like Unreal Engine and does look pretty smooth overall. Players need to saddle up, ride, and fight through a town. Every game of Grit is different, from train chase mode to golden horse with the promise of epic showdowns and shootouts. So yeah, every game of Grit is different. Not quite sure what they mean by that. Could that just be, you know, most battle royales being slightly different as you drop into different areas on the map? Could it be an evolving map, kind of like what Fortnite's taking it with? I think the possibilities are kind of endless and up to the developers, so it'll be exciting to see what they do. Players face off against a gang of gunslingers with more than 400 old school gun variations. I just highlighted this because I used to be a Borderlands fanatic too, so this is not as many, you know, it's not a gunzillion amount of guns, but, you know, 400 old school gun variations. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe you can actually like customize your own weapons. Play modes include solo, duo, and squad. Showdowns take place on horseback or steam engines, steam engine train tops. So players need to make sure their arsenal is ready. Fans can wishlist the game for free. Wishlist the free game, sorry. Of course you can wishlist things for free, but you can wishlist this game and it will be free. That's another important part. But it's supposed to be launching late 2022, which is really exciting. So again, I think they're probably somewhat in a beta, you know, part right now. Maybe there'll be a beta that you can, you know, play in. If I see that, I'll let you guys know. I'll make a video on it because that'll be cool. To celebrate Galaverse June 6th through 9th, 2022, starting today in Malta, Gala Games will be offering special sale of the Gunslinger Box, which will unlock one of 10,000 Grit avatars. Each avatar has its own specific perks and attributes that the owner can play as in-game. So guys, you can actually see, if you come over here to the store, that there's a Gunslinger Box, and the first 10,000, I think this is refilling, it looks like it is. This is not eligible. I'm not eligible for this. Now, I don't know why. I will update you if I figure that out. I think, and just don't, you know, berate me here if I'm wrong, I think it's because I don't have a Galaverse 2022 ticket. I think this is a pre-sale, if you will, to the Galaverse ticket holders, and then this is going to open up shortly to everyone else, Founders Node holders or not, Gala Gold members or not, and then everyone should have accessibility. Hey, if you don't have a Galaverse ticket and you actually do have accessibility, please let me know in the comments below or drop that down there for people so they know. All right, guys. All right, and now here we can see the Gala Films site, which is tied to the whole Gala site, which you can go back to over here. Just want to say, first off and foremost, these websites are kick ass, if I can say that on YouTube. I'm not monetized, so whatever. But you can actually see here that they're just really highly interactive. I like this kind of zoomed in theme that's kind of spread across your screen, that's, you know, obviously live and playing stuff and showing off their video of, you know, voxes and so on. But you can see everything's tied to kind of this Gala media site, right? And you have Gala Games over here, which takes you out to the game site, opens you up there. Hey, there's Grit we were just talking about. You go back over, another one opens you up to Gala Music, which you can see on the Gala Music site. And there's some big announcements out of Mount Westmore and bad, you know, MFs. Not gonna say that. That might be a little too much here, but you know, there are more NFTs dropping, more music coming to Gala Music, which is really exciting. I'm sure everyone's like, when Gala Music nodes? Yeah, same here, but I'm sure they're working on it very, very hard. You can also see over here the Gala Film site that we were on previously. So Yeah, a new perspective indeed. We're talking about, turning films into NFTs potentially, Web3 interactivity with films and media. This is really, really, I think, next level kind of stuff. I think they're very much pushing the envelope when it comes to especially music and, media or film at this point, because hey, could you get a decentralized form of Spotify? Could you get a decentralized, theater or animator or whatnot, new series that's decentralized, it's on the blockchain, part of an NFT, series? I think the sky's the limit when it comes to this stuff. And to see, Gala Games not just be about games, which, was a critique by a lot of people. I watched a lot of different videos and a lot of different YouTubers I have great respect for, but I didn't fully agree that they just need to focus on the games. I think Gala from the get-go, or very early on, maybe a little later on, but they decided that they're trying to be this kind of multimedia center organization where they got their fingertips in games, music, and film, and I think it's a really cool thing. And if you're properly managed, you're managing your treasury properly, etc., you have connections you're making with all these different groups, you have the right revenue streams, that's on them to make sure that they appropriately do that. But I don't think it's a bad thing being a macro media organization that has branched out into three things where we all consume regularly, right? We're all participating in, many of us participate in video games, many of us listen to music, many of us watch films. So I think from, business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. If you jump over here to the website, which I'll link all these down below in the comments, as per usual, I always, kind of do this research and do these rants, but I drop all those down in the comments below on YouTube. So if you're watching this video after, I just try to organize the research for you in a helpful way where you can just kind of jet between, every article we discussed or, every website I visited. But yeah, if you want to enter your email here, you can actually get more up-to-date information on the latest releases and info on Gala Films. I haven't seen a whole lot of information breaking yet on this, but there's also the Discord link. You can join Gala Discord if you haven't already. There's also their careers page. So I'm sure they're hiring for all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I like to take a peek here to see the kind of positions that they're looking for. Okay, so this takes you to the general page for hiring their team. They have different positions. See all positions open, career, see blockchain engineers, marketing teams, Gala Games Expedition. So they have them categorized here too. So we can go down to Gala Music. You can see product owner and strategist positions, strategy, look, user interface, accessibility, right? So that's going to be a very important thing as adoption and accessibility feed off each other and take them, greater and greater. But yeah, you can't see Gala Film positions yet. So I'm sure this page will be open and updated. So if you're in the filming industry, if you're into multimedia, anything, I would highly suggest, take your shot. Life's short, shoot your shot. And if you're interested in these positions, I'm sure there's people out there that Gala could use. And I think it's a pretty dang cool organization that you could work for as an opportunity. But yeah, jumping back over to Gala Film, the last thing I would just want to say on this is that there are NFTs, NFTs, but the Gala Film Pass is actually available right now. We're running into this same issue I got earlier. I think some of these are pre-sales for Galaverse members. So if you have the Galaverse NFT pass, I think you're going to have accessibility to buy these right now. So if you're watching this and you're at the event, why are you watching this? But if you're watching this after the fact and you forgot, hey, by the way, these should be up for sale. Hopefully at some point they're going to be up for sale for everyone. I could be wrong in that. Maybe I'm just screwed up or jacked up here. But there is a Gala Film Pass that is going to be essentially a Gala Film node. So if you're like me and you're about all these different nodes, whether that's different organizations, nodes, or if it's just all things Gala, like, I have Gala Founders nodes, I have Gala Music nodes, and if you want to get a Gala Film node, you should be able to get one hopefully shortly that'll open up and people should be able to grab them. And I would assume this is, my assumption's true because this seems to be kind of sitting here, and I think these would be gone quicker if history is an indicator. But yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to tell you about on Gala Film, and I think that's the second biggest announcement at Galaverse Day 1 2022. And for our third largest announcement out of Galaverse Day 1 2022, I believe was a game announcement. And there might have been bigger announcements in your opinion, and hold on, I just think that, Gala Games did start off as a game company, and I think that games were very important to the people that originally bought founders nodes and supported this project, and so a game announcement makes a lot of sense. And further, hey, well, there were other game announcements. Why this one? Well, Battlestar Galactica is a very big series. I think for a lot of people, it might touch very close to home for a lot of people growing up reading or watching old Battlestar Galactica. And I think that, this series has a lot of weight behind it, and I think it's a pretty big announcement. And if you just look at some of the branding and icons here on Battlestar Galactica, they have freaking Universal, I believe that's Universal Studios icon right there. And I'm not sure if that's because they own the rights to Battlestar Galactica or whatnot, but if you have those kind of people having their names associated with Gala Games, that's pretty big stuff. Universal's not small. So guys, what was Battlestar Galactica's themed blockchain game? Well, it turned out that it was a part of an AMA recently that was talking about Project Saturn. That's actually the Battlestar Galactica game. So it's pretty cool. But what is it exactly? Well, it's an epic 4X strategy MMO in the Battlestar Galactica universe. So you can rebuild, and each season will be unique. So there will be a new iteration of surprise Cylon attack, leaving the 12 colonies in ruins. You're playing as the humans, and you're going to spawn your base near one of these remaining colonies. You will need to regain territory and resources to rebuild and withstand the incoming Cylon attacks in the following seasons as well. And I guess each season's unique. I think that's pretty cool. It's going to adapt to how you're playing the game. The threat will adapt. And I think that speaks to just kind of that series, and I think it just speaks to games that will want you to, make you want to keep coming back and playing more. Now, I assume since we're fighting the Cylons, unless they're going to allow some players, and I can't remember directly from the AMA, I thought they said there would be a little bit of PvP, but it sounds like mostly, or a lot of it will be PvE type game. And unless people will be able to play as the Cylons, hint, hint, I just think that would be a really cool function in your game, is if you could have people rotate from playing as players and have accessibility to, in a season, maybe they're the top performing player, or maybe they're the bottom performing player or clan or group or whatnot, and then they have an option, or they can become Cylons and try to play against other players. I just think that'd be a really cool, novel thing. Not exactly sure that's how it's going to start, but just a kind of a cool idea. Now, you can reunite as your territory grows and expands, so your threats will begin to emerge, cooperation and social connections. So again, it's going to be a Space 4X MMO game where you're going to be playing with large groups of people. You can kind of build out your team, your squad, your clan, I'm assuming, and very much take on, Cylons in open space. And it's from the universe you love. The gameplay from the Battlestar Galactica blockchain game will happen in the same universe as the reimagined series. So if you don't like the reimagined series from 2003 to 2004, that was like 4 series on Sci-Fi, or 4 seasons on Sci-Fi, maybe you won't love this Battlestar Galactica form, but I think that's the series format it's going to kind of, respect or follow. And it's supposed to be roughly 40 years after the first Cylon War. Each Cylon attack that initiates the start of a new season will create a slightly different set of circumstances. Again, it's going to be a unique playthrough each time, each season. And I think if that's adapting to how people are playing and how successful the humans are versus Cylons or not, I think that's pretty dang cool. So guys, that's all I really have for you on this. I am going to drop this AMA video over Project Saturn, aka Battlestar Galactica themed blockchain game, and you guys can kind of just listen in and hear further details from the creators themselves if you'd like. All right, and I said there's 3 big announcements, but I want to tack one on at the end, right? Because we're off the cuff here, just like Jason Bitbender himself. Hey, by the way, if you haven't taken your Wheel of Fate spin, go ahead and consider taking it. Just be mindful that there are gas fees, minting fees for the ticket itself. If you got one of these, if you had a Miranda's, I believe, NFT, character NFT, or a land deed, I believe you should have gotten a ticket for this. Check your inventory on your Gala site page. If you have any questions on that, you can let me know. But check it out, and you have a potential, to win something really good. I think the odds are not in your favor. I got a cruel fate for one of them. I might burn my other and do the other, but it does cost you money to burn these tickets, so consider that as well, especially if gas, ETH fees are kind of high at that time. You might not want to spend 30 or 40 or 50 bucks to potentially just get an NFT that's a cruel fate, and I'm not quite sure what's going to be used for that for the future. So guys, just want to drop that there. The Wheel of Fate is open, and you can see it on our main page here at 9 to 5 Crypto. If you enjoyed what you heard today, consider liking or subscribing, or just joining our Twitter page. You can follow me at NickVineyard37 as well on that Twitter page, aka Sir Galachad. That needs to be my name for any Gala game I ever play, because I think it's funny. Sir Galahad, ha ha ha, dad jokes. Yes, those are here as well. So guys, until next time, always remember, I always have to look for my coffee mug, but coffee's on me.